All right, what's going on, guys? My kayak's been rigged for quite some time now, but I'm finally gonna do the full walk around of it. It's right here, I guess, in front of me. I'm gonna try my best to go front to back, but I apologize, I'm gonna be all over the place because this rig is kind of all over the place. If y'all can see here, it's a fully rigged native watercraft Titan 10.5. I think this is the 2022 model, which they do not make no more because they have the Titan X and now the new hammer. But to get straight into it, I'll try my best to go front to back, but like I said, it's going to be all over the place. I'll try to cover everything, so just try to bear with me here. So I mean, that's how my net usually is when I'm fishing for anything. I'll just go ahead and get that out the way, but that's how it lays. And then right here in the front hatch is kind of right where you kind of get into a whole lot of stuff. You got my LiTime, let's see, that's a 50 amp hour 12 volt battery. It runs both my screens there. It's got this waterproof fuse on the top. I just press this button to turn it off. Right now it's on, just to demonstrate. See, screens are on. Come here, press that button, they're off. If something does happen to go wrong, it will trip the fuse and hopefully save a unit or two. Dry box, keep some basic stuff in there, like right now, scale, some tools, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, some spare rope, stringer, tape. This cup down here, if you saw that, that is for, actually, if you can kind of see, there's water in my boat. I get water in my boat not from the front hatch, but from back underneath my black pack, which I'll get to. But that's kind of the front compartment. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's just a bunch of wires coiled up with some more fuses for each graph. There's a fuse for the Mega Live, there's a fuse for the 10-inch screen, and a fuse for the 7-inch screen, all behind this container that holds the 12 volt 50 amp hour and some just daily use stuff. And then also got this extra pull cord if needed, if I need to use it to drag this boat, or if I need to pull it up on the trailer. And it actually fell off. But another thing on the front is my Guardian Angel Nav Lights. This is the red and green, and then way back there I got the 360 white light, which I'll get to. But moving on back from the front hatch, here's the roto grip that holds the net. But I chose both my screens to be on the side versus up front. Not only is there no track space right here to have them right in front, but I liked them being within reach, meaning when I'm sitting here on my seat, I don't have to move anywhere. It's just right there. I can touch the buttons, all I need to touch, and everything's right there. So with the wiring with that, the xplore, it runs through here and straight through this through-hole wiring kit from YakAttack, straight down almost directly to the battery, which is right there, versus the 7-inch screen goes right here through the side, and it runs through the kayak, and it's some of the wire coiled up that you saw behind the pack. But I mean, the wiring's pretty straightforward. Me and my dad did it ourselves, and it's very simple. Just, I mean, drill the hole, put the wire through there, and make it waterproof. And I mean, I do not think water's getting in there. I mean, water is in there, but I don't think it's from that. And then for the xplore, that runs map, but biggest thing is the Mega Live 2, which is over here on this side, which I believe this is a Fisher pole. I mean, it's kind of hard to turn it now because of the rims and the spare tire there, but I mean, if it's in the water, it can spin a full 360. But how this is wired is it doesn't go straight up to the front. It actually comes back behind the seat, almost all the way back here, and it goes in the boat back here, but then it runs through the boat all the way up to those fuses behind the box, and ultimately plugs up to the battery, as y'all saw. but it's all still connected within one. Just despite them being that close, it kind of runs the full length of the boat. But like I said, xplore 10, mainly the Megalive 2 and mapping, versus the Helix 7. This is standard 2D down imaging, side imaging, and then that's got mapping with the Lake Master chip in there. So usually when I'm out there fishing, this one has the Megalive 2 on, because that's always in the water, and then this one is nothing but a map, and that's really the screen setup I run when I'm fishing. Moving on back, obviously you got the propel drive from Native, but I got YakAttack stackable storage right here. It's just got soft plastics. I got tools, hook removers, grippers, donkey leash, pliers, scissors here on a tether that actually needs to be replaced. That thing's old. I keep my measuring board right down the side of my boat. This is a pitch board, 32 inches. It lays in here almost perfectly, I feel like. And then right here, I mentioned before the Guardian Angel lights. That right there is where I keep the Bluetooth control remote. I just press that, and look, both of them are on. Press it again, both of them are off. Do it again if y'all can see that one way up there. But moving on back, this is the seat. I got 2 kayak cushions on it. The orange one's very old, but I put it on the back when I got this newer, thicker one. I mean, it does great. PFD with my Bluetooth remote for the motor, which if y'all can see it, just press that on, and then from up here on the seat I can control that motor if y'all can see it. Which we'll keep moving on back. Behind the stackable storage, more tackle. This is how many rods I take. It's 10 rods. Why I take that many? I mean, my answer is why not? I have 10 rods, so why not bring them? I always take 2 spinning rods, 2 medium bait casters, 2 heavy bait casters, and 4 medium heavy bait casters. And so that's the rod setup. I mean, obviously don't have the rod sleeves on it usually, but on the back of the seat got a YakHacker seat cooler, but I actually really don't use it for a cooler much. Like right now it's got the chest mount for my GoPro and just a bunch of soft plastics, but I found that like as a very useful added storage compartment for this kayak, because it being a 10.5 foot boat, it is kind of limited. As y'all can see, everything seems cramped, but I mean, it's all got the system. We'll actually swing around here. So for the motor, it is originally it's a Minn Kota Endura Max 55-pound thrust, but I took the head off of it and put the Tiny Boat Nation Autoboat smarthead, which as y'all saw, I just touched the remote. It's Bluetooth. It works great for me. It gets this boat going a little bit over 4 miles an hour. I think I can touch about 4.3, 4.4 full thrust, but usually I'm chilling at like 3.5. The biggest thing is the spot lock. The spot lock with this head is amazing. I think it's worth it. It does great. Here's my my flag. It's not even a true flagpole. It's actually a YakAttack camera mount that I just zip tied a flag to, and it holds the Guardian Angel 360 on it. But with the black pack, this is the older black pack. I've been kayak fishing for 7 years, so a lot of this stuff is kind of old, like this cushion, like I mentioned. But in here, it's the battery for the, let's try to set that up. The battery for the motor, it's a LiTime, it's a 12 volt 100 amp hour, and it runs that thing pretty, like, it hasn't died on me yet in a full day of fishing. But same fuse, I can, like right now it's on, press it, the motor now has no power. But y'all are probably looking at this. It's just some plastic shims I found in the house. Put some Velcro on it right here, and its purpose is to hold the lid during a day, because what I found is this fuse, the button to the fuse, is a little bit too tall. So without this here, when this lid shuts, it hits that button, turning that off. So that's all that the shims do, is just kind of somewhat keep the lid open to prevent it from hitting that fuse. As y'all can see, the little crack. I carry, there's 5 tackle boxes in here, just more tackle. That's pretty self-explanatory. More stackable storage with more baits. And then the steering on this thing is, I got the Berley Pro upgraded handle. I got the Berley Pro upgraded string, as y'all can see here. And then I got the boonedox upgraded rudder. Very noticeable difference in turning once I added the rudder and the handle. I feel like it's much more tighter, it feels cleaner, it does great. And I'm glad I have the larger rudder with the motor. Usually I turn the boat with the motor itself, but when I am using the pedals, having the larger rudder does seem to help tremendously. I got a kill guard back here, I believe Berley Pro again. And then let's see, same thing up here. I got the kill guard up here on the front. That's the third, yeah, I believe third kill guard I've put on the front. Because I used to put this boat into the bed of my truck, which was very difficult. But then it just ultimately, you know, with the addition of the screens, the motor, the batteries, this thing got heavy. So now this rig gets launched from this trailer, as you see, almost identical to how you would launch a boat. But hopefully this made sense. I was all over the place, but I feel like I covered everything. Actually, one thing, the side imaging transducer, it's on a switchblade from YakAttack, so it's like it folds up when I'm traveling, then when it's ready to go down in the water, it just goes down, which the trailer's there. But under the seats, just, that's a dry box. It holds wallet and keys, scupper plugs, which I almost never use, and I'll tell you why real quick. Having the motor back here, the bazillion rods I bring with me, the tackle, the battery, a lot of weights back here versus the little day box up there with the 50 amp. So more weights back here, so this boat sits a little bit like that, not that much. I mean, y'all can see the water line, but that meaning when I'm traveling with the motor, water's gonna come up underneath this black thing, because that's not actually sealed, that's just a plastic cover for when the pedals are down. So what I found out is when the scupper plugs are in, let's see, yeah, when the scupper plugs are in, water's still gonna get through here and fill up this boat, which on this Titan, the older one, there's no other plugs, so like there's no way for the water to drain. So without the plugs, my boat would just be filling up, so I usually don't run the plugs. Therefore, when water does come up from me traveling down lake, it can find its way through there. But usually I end up with a nice pool of water back here, and I actually think that's where the water's getting in. Is there's a little hatch, y'all can see the corner of it right here. Yeah, there's like a screw for it, and you can see the black outline. It's just a circle little hatch right there to access the inside of the boat. I believe the sills in that are bad, and that's how I end up with water. Because the boat's sitting like this, when the water from the front gets back here and pulls up, it just seeps through that sill and gets in there. But yeah, like I said, that's the full rig. Obviously PFD, it's on. If I'm on this kayak, the PFD's on, which it should be for anybody kayak fishing. Really the only thing other than that is the remote being on that. But that's it. 2 humminbirds, Mega Live 2, all that stuff. I mean, that's the rig. You know, there's guys out there with bigger kayaks, there's guys out there with more expensive kayaks, but I mean, this kayak is still honestly a little bit over the top and does more than enough to compete. So if you got any questions, leave down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer. But yeah, that's the rig. I forgot to mention it, I also have an anchor wizard with the 4-pound ball. So what I do is I actually put the 4-pound ball back here through this little eye before the day and reel it up to the top. Just I forgot to talk about it in this video because honestly it's just a placeholder. It doesn't get used because the smarthead has spot lock, which is an anchor. So yeah, that doesn't get used, but it's here. Just another thing.